Boom, everybody, welcome back to our live show tonight, our free webinars this evening on the Realtor School. I am Jeff Anozie, and I'm excited to be bringing you this fantastic section tonight. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Once you jump on live, you know how we do it. Type hashtag live in the comment section. Let me know you are here. We're going to be discussing how to market real estate in Nigeria. So how to market real estate in Nigeria. This is a Q&A edition, right? This is a Q&A edition. Earlier on, we asked, of course, we've gotten a couple of questions from a number of people. And so we just put them together. And I mean, we have about 10 of them tonight that we're going to be answering. And if you have questions, you jump on here, you have questions around marketing real estate in Nigeria, please leave me a comment section, a comment on with your question, and then of course we'll try to answer as many as we have tonight. We have barely 45 minutes, 1 hour at the most to do this tonight. If you're excited, type excited in the comment section. Michael is joining me from Abuja. Thank you, Michael. It's good to have you here. Michael is joining me from Abuja. Again, once you jump on live, please type hashtag live in the comment section, and then let me know where you're joining from. We're going to be discussing how to market real estate in Nigeria. I think we're going to do a part 2 of this, but for now, this is the part 1. If you can hear me clearly, please type 1 in the comment section. If you can see my screen properly, please type 2 in the comments. I want to be sure that you can hear me clearly. Excuse me, let me just make sure that we are okay over here. Okay, yeah, I think my sound is good. Okay, so if you can hear me clearly, please just type 1 in the comment section. If you can see my screen, type 2 in the comment section as well. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get this right. Okay, so welcome again. I'm excited to be here. Again, we're talking about how to market real estate in Nigeria. How to market real estate in Nigeria. Yeah, so this is a live Q&A edition. We're going to be taking some questions now. Good, beautiful. I can see the comments. Beautiful. 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Live Enugu. Good to have you here. Jessica, it's good to have you here. So yeah. Before we go on, today is the 15th of June, and of course, it's Father's Day. So happy Father's Day to everybody that is watching me today. This week is, of course, our Realtors Bootcamp week. In case you're watching this video before the 20th and 21st of June 2025, then, of course, you would want to register for the Realtors Bootcamp. This week is the Realtors Bootcamp. Go to www.realtors.school/bootcamp to register, or simply call that number showing right there to register for the Realtors Bootcamp. Okay, right. If you also want to join an amazing community of Realtors, you don't know where to start from. You're looking to join Realtors community. You don't know where to start from. You can also call that number or send a WhatsApp message to that number, and then we will, of course, link you up with the best set of realtors on the planet, hands down, right? Amazing. Again, if you have any questions, just drop in the comment section, and I'll try to answer it as much as possible. Okay. All right, so let's dive right in tonight. Okay, so we're discussing how to market real estate in Nigeria, and this is the Q&A edition. Okay, so again, if you have any questions, just drop in the comment section. I'll try and look at it and answer as much as possible. Jacinta is watching me live from Enugu. Of course, it's good to have you here, everybody. Beautiful. Okay, so first question, before I go on, notice that it is important to note at this point, and this is kind of like a disclaimer, kind of. All the answers I'll be giving is based on my learning, my research, and most importantly, my experience. Okay. My experience and the experience of a number of other people, whom I have trained, of course, and have also gotten the same result or better result using the same principles I'm going to be sharing here tonight. Okay, so I mean, all the answers I'll be giving are based on my learning, my research and studies, so far. All right. So while I wait for your questions in the comment section, we're just going to dive right in and take some of the questions. The first question here is, how do I start real estate marketing business in Nigeria without capital? How do I start real estate marketing business in Nigeria without capital? That's the first question we're having here. How do I start real estate marketing business in Nigeria without capital? Okay, so that's the first question. Here's what I will do if I'm going to start all over again. The first thing I will do is, of course, especially when you don't have a lot of money, right? I'm just going to add here that, I mean, you don't have a lot of money, and so you want to do the business, I mean, not having a lot of money. Then this is the first thing I will do. I will just simply start with my smartphone and internet. This is the first capital I have: smartphone, internet. First thing I will do. I mean, smartphone, internet. Right? That's the first thing I will do. The next thing I will do, of course, by smartphone and internet, I just simply mean I'm just going to position myself as a realtor. I mean, thankfully in Nigeria, you don't need any magic wand, to become a realtor. You don't need any certification, etc. You just need to start. Okay. So the first thing I'll do is to, of course, position myself as a realtor. Okay, that's number one. Number two, I will partner with credible developers and sellers. Okay, I'll partner with other credible developers and sellers. That's the second thing I will do. So I'll go meet, of course, make inquiry, ensure that the people I am partnering with are people that, are credible, okay? And of course, make sure that excuse me, I'm just trying to be sure. Okay, so we're just going without this anyways. So partner with credible developers and property owners, okay? So I don't need, the first thing is not to get properties of my own. The first thing will be to understand the road to the market, okay? Properties are everywhere. I think that properties available for sale are more than the people that are available to sell it, okay? That is what I think. And so, and of course, not everybody understands how to sell. So the first thing I will do is to make sure that I take care of the sales part of my business. So I just simply need to partner with someone that has a property or a developer, and then I would market his property. Number three, I'll begin promoting online, right? That's the number three thing I'll do. I'll begin to promote online, right? I'll begin to use my WhatsApp status. I'll begin to use maybe a platform like Instagram, of course, TikTok now. When I started, I don't think there was TikTok at the time, but of course, there's TikTok now, and YouTube. Of course, leverage these platforms and begin to promote, because I want to assume you're starting at the baseline. Maybe you don't have, rich uncles, rich aunties, rich contacts, that you can leverage per se. You can leverage per se, to begin to sell immediately. However, you have the internet and social media, right? So you can begin to promote there. And of course, warm audience, yes, of course, I will let my warm audience know. My warm audience are my church members, my family members, people on my contact list already. I will let them know, but I will not bank on them to buy right now, right? Because a lot of them sincerely will just be looking at you and cheering you on. They will go and buy, especially at the beginning of your career, they will still go and buy from someone else, that looks more qualified than you. Okay. And of course, the prophet is not honored in his home, is a popular saying, and that is so true. So I will let them know, right? For the sake of letting them know. Of course, one or two of them may decide to pity me and buy from me, but I can't build my business out of pity. So I'm not going to really depend on them per se. Okay. I would, promote online. Okay. Number 4, I will focus on building trust. I'll focus on building trust, providing as much value, all right, and generally becoming the preferred option. Okay, that's where I'll focus at. My focus will be on building trust. My focus will be on providing value as much as possible. And of course, becoming the preferred option. That is where my focus will be. Now, the problem with new realtors or people that are just beginning real estate, newly, is that they concentrate so much on selling. All right. And I mean, you do not start the business because out of charity. You're not running a charity organization. I get that part. However, I feel like your focus is too much on selling and not in building a business. um Jeff, is sales not the same as building a business? Of course, sales is the lifeline of a business. However, when I mean building a business, I mean focus on staying for the long haul. All right, not quick fix, not quick fix. Question: so what if you don't sell in the next 6 months? Right? Does it mean you would run away like every other person? Okay, so again, I'll focus on building trust, providing as much value as possible. My goal is to be the preferred option. My goal is to show expertise, authority. All right, that is what I'll focus on doing. Remember that at that beginning, I may not have result. And even if I have one or two results, it could just be fluky results. Could just be one of my friends that just pity me and buy, or one guy down the street in my neighborhood that Kairos. There was a blend between Chronos and Kairos moments, right? There was a blend between time and chance. Right. And so at that point where he was just trying to buy a property, I was just marketing to him, and boom, there was a click. Okay. And how often can that happen? Like, how often really can that happen? Right. So I feel like a better play will be to focus on building yourself as the person, the go-to person, all right, as the person of authority. I think I've flogged on this issue for too long, but you get what I mean, right? So in general, the summary of this particular first number 1 question is, for me, in the beginning, if I'm starting all over again, if I'm going to start my real estate business all over again, the focus will be on being seen, being heard, and being known. Being seen, being heard, and being known. Visibility. My focus in the beginning will be on visibility, and not visibility plus nuisance. No, visibility in the right direction. You are talking about real estate in my locality. You should mention me top 10. That should be my focus in the beginning. Okay, we're going to discuss this more at the Realtors Bootcamp, anyways, for those that are going to be attending that. And if you're watching this after the bootcamp, then there'll be a replay. Just again, check the number in the comment section. There'll be a number in the comment section. You can always reach out to us there and get feedback. Did I answer this question well? Do you think I answered it well? Let me know in the comments. Do you think I answered it? Use the fire emoji or something in the comment section to see if I can. I try to answer it well. Just help me in the comment section and try to do that. Give me a moment, please, while I wait for your feedback over there. Okay. So let's just move on. We're just going to move on with this. Beautiful. Okay. So I'm waiting for your comments. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Fire emoji, Michael, Priscilla. It's good to have you here. Now, number two question. Remember, we're talking about how to market real estate in Nigeria. This is the Q&A edition, right? How to market real estate in Nigeria. This is the Q&A edition. So number two question, which is better, offline or online marketing for real estate in Nigeria? Which is better, offline marketing or online marketing, that's real estate in Nigeria? Now, my answer will typically be they both work. All right, they both work. Your strategy is what makes it work. However, you don't just wake up in the morning and randomly begin to stroll down all the streets and hope that your strategy will work, or hope that what you're doing works, right? Don't do it randomly. That's just the only thing I would say, right? But they both work, right? Now, for the online marketing, it has its place. Each of them have their places. They have what they do, right? And how they contribute to your overall success as a realtor or as a real estate, agent or marketer. Right. So for the online marketing gives you a wider reach. All right. It gives you the ability to, number one, reach as many people as possible on as many platforms as possible, in many locations as possible, in as many locations as possible. All right. That's what the online marketing helps you do. All right. Especially Nigerians abroad. If you market online, you get to meet with them, you get to see them, right? I've sold more than 90% of my sales are to Nigerians abroad, Nigerians living abroad, right? And a lot of them we've barely seen. We may not even see. I mean, recently I saw someone in the UK, right? And he said he was in Luxembourg, something like that. And that's where he moved to the UK from. And I mean, how else would I have met this guy? So the online space helps you, gives you that wide reach, and a feel of omnipresence. Okay, that's what the online space gives you. Then, and of course, because of the wider reach, also brings you a huge amount of leads, right? In as often as possible. Now, for the offline or traditional marketing, strategy, I would say that it helps you build trust locally. Locally, okay. So it helps you build trust. It helps you build credibility locally. For instance, if a client or a prospect sees me online, okay, I'm promoting, I'm marketing something online, right? And then he sees me online, okay, and then he sends someone in my locality. Real estate is local. I like to say that real estate is local. You can market globally. You can try to promote outside your locality, but real estate is tailored to your environment. Marketing real estate is tailored to your environment. This is my opinion. Okay. Now, so he sent someone, like I was saying, to your locality to come and investigate you. So he sent someone that is in your town, all right, and then the person has been seeing your billboard, or on his way to your office to investigate, or on your way to inspections, and then he gets to see your billboards. He gets to see your I don't know, maybe he hears your jingle in the car, or maybe that night he's home, sleeping, and he watches you on TV. So that fine blend of the online reach, leads generation, and then the local reach as well, I think it just gives you this very beautiful fine blend of perfection. Right? So yeah, I think the both work. The both have their places. A combination of the two gives you the strongest advantage, in my opinion. Okay. Did I answer that question? If I did, please put the fire emoji in the comment section. Let me know I answer. Do you have any question around this? Do you have any clarification around this particular question? Which is better, online or offline marketing in real estate? I don't know if I was able to answer. Did I? Let me know in the comment section if I did, as we dive into number three question. We're talking about how to market real estate in Nigeria. This is the Q&A edition. Number three question is, how do I get clients who are serious buyers and not time wasters? You know, this particular question, I get it as often as possible. This particular question, like, I mean, almost all the time. Okay, how do I get clients who are serious buyers and not time wasters, right? If you can still hear me clearly, please type one in the comment section. Let me know you can still hear me clearly. And if you can see my, okay, beautiful. I think my sound is still good. So how do I get clients who are serious buyers and not time wasters? Now, my answer will be in maybe threefold or so. I'll just break it down as much as possible. We're going to, of course, for those that are coming for the boot camp, we're going to discuss more on this actually. We're going to be talking in my section. There's a part of my section I'll be talking about attracting the right clients and closing them. Okay. If you're interested in being in the boot camp, here is the information. Quickly go and register to be there, or call the number. Just do a screenshot so that I can get this out of the way and let us answer. Let's try and answer these questions as much as possible. Let me ask, who else has this particular question? Just do a finger emoji in the comment section, like you know, that kind of thing. How do I get clients who are serious buyers and not time wasters? So here's my answer. First of all, I think it starts from your messaging, your promotion. I think that's where it starts from. Your promotion, it starts from there. Of course, there are stages to this. But the first part is your promotion. I would like to say that you ought to be clear about your messaging. Be clear about your messaging. And this comes when you are designing your marketing strategy. Okay, be clear about your messaging. Number one, questions. Make sure you try and answer questions like, before you start out promotion or marketing or creating that video content or putting out your content out there, the first thing is, what are you marketing? What are you marketing? There are different segments of the real estate market. There's the sales, there's the rentals, right? Under rentals, there are short stay rentals, or what we like to call Airbnb. There is long-term rentals, which is normal tenancy rent. There is lease, right? That's under rentals. On the part of sales, there is property, there's land sales, there is house sales. Okay, under land and house sales in places like Abuja, there is off-plan houses, there's low-cost housing, there's there are apartments, there is high-end housing, there is luxurious housing. Do you get it? There are different segments of the market. What are you marketing? Are you everywhere? Are you random? If they say rent, you're there. If they say rent in Ondo and Akwa Ibom, you're there. If they say sales in Ogbomoso and Sokoto, you are there, right? You're just randomly everywhere. Even if when they call private jet, you jump on it. I mean, that's the part I really do not understand, how real estate people try to market private jets. And again, I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying that the people that I see trying to promote the private jets, maybe because they're just excited about the idea of the commission, have not even finished selling a 50 million naira property. In fact, they have never sold a 20 million naira property in their lives, right? On their own once. And they jump on the 10 billion. It's so interesting. So the first question is, what are you marketing? Number two, who are you marketing that what to? Right? So who are you marketing it to? Who is the person that is buying it? All right. Again, number three, I don't think I should dwell too much on this. If you have questions, please just ask me. what problems are the products solving? Okay, excuse me. What problems does that product solve? Listen up. It is very important to note that sales, or when you are when you're marketing stuff, when you're selling something to someone, the person is buying because of his need of that thing. Okay, and the need varies from person to person. All right, for someone, the same piece of property, the same piece of land, for Mr. A, it could be that he wants to hedge his 100 million naira against inflation. He doesn't need the money right now. He may not even need it in 2-3 years time. So right, so he wants to put that money in a property, probably fence it out, because in 3 years time he may want to sell off, or he may want to send his child abroad to school. Okay, and so he just needs that thing, that money, that property, or the land, or even the house. I know someone that bought house when his daughter was 10 or so, and then his goal was when she turns 18, she's about to go to the university in Ilupeju, Lagos, right? She's about to go to the university. He sold it off to pay her tuition, that her first tuition in school. That was his goal. All right. So there are people like that too. And there are other people too that may want to buy the house for rental income. So they don't want maybe their day job to pay for their bills. They want their day job to the money, the salary from the day job, to act as a savings, while they have somewhere that they get this cash flow from. Okay, so you see that it's the same house you're trying to sell, but these problems or the need is different. Okay, so it's important to understand this thing. Like, who are you buying? Who are you marketing this thing to? And what problems are they solving? See, I'm teaching a lot already, right? I mean, I'm trying to get this clear. The point I'm trying to make in all of this is to be clear about your messaging. Your messaging has to be clear. You must know what you're marketing, who you're marketing it to, what problems or desires, right, does this product or this thing you're marketing, what does it solve, right? And then who and how, rather, how then, and finally, how do you intend to convey this product or what you are selling to this person that is buying it? Okay, how do you intend to do that? Like, what platforms are you going to use? What avenues are you going to use? Are you going online? Are you going offline? Are you going to meet people in their workplaces? Are you going to join a community of people like that? Are you going to join a PTA meeting? I know someone that paid for a school, put his children in a particular school just because of the PTA. The caliber of people that come that in the PTA, he wants to integrate into them so that he can promote himself and his business there. That is a strategy. Okay, so be clear about your messaging, because if you're not clear about your messaging, one, you're putting out the wrong message for the right audience. Of course, you're hitting the right audience, but with the wrong message. All right. Number two, you have your messaging correctly and you know your clients as your target audience correct, but for some reason you can't reach them. And so the people you are attracting are people that don't need what you are promoting, or maybe they don't need it right now. Do you see? This is why it is very clear. It's very important to be clear about your messaging. Are you picking up what I'm dropping? Type "I am picking up" in the comment section. Let me know you're picking up what I'm dropping right now. So the first thing, the question is, how do I get clients who are serious buyers and not just time wasters? And I said the first thing is what? Be clear about your messaging. Number two, now that you're clear about your messaging is hitting the right audience and they're beginning to be attracted to you, and they're coming to your inbox, your WhatsApp. The second thing is pre-qualify your leads. Pre-qualify them. Pre-qualify them. It is possible. What do I mean by pre-qualify? Ask them questions. Let's be sure we are on the same page, right? Ask them questions. Somebody sees your advert somewhere and comes into your inbox and starts asking you questions like, I'm interested in this, or I want to buy this place. Oh, thank you so much, sir. But I mean, I would just like to know a few things. First is, what is your budget like? Or, I mean, somebody's seen a particular product, especially if you do the next thing I'm about to say. Somebody's seen a particular product and, reaches you because of that product. If the product is 10 million naira, for instance, and that should give you an idea of his budget already. But I'm talking now about people that see your videos, see your stuff, and comes to your inbox and say, hey Jeff, I'm interested in buying a property in Abuja. Can you advise me on what to do? That kind of person. All right. Instead of sending him shooting guns and bullets with everything you have, you just get your arsenal. Next thing you see, like 28 different flyers once. Jesus, like clients, if he feels like you have just shot him some bullets, and he gets scared and he runs away. And then he then asks you a question, and you then ask him that, how fast are which of them do you like? I'll get back to you. That happens to a lot of people all the time, and that's because you don't know, you are not taught. Right? So what do you do at that point? Pre-qualify. How do you pre-qualify? Oh, thank you so much, sir, for reaching out to me. Thank you for reaching out. And please, I would like to know a few things. First, what is your budget like? What is your budget like? Personally, I then follow up with a follow-up question, because sometimes when I ask people their budget, they come off as, why are you asking me my budget? If I say it's 100 million, that means you will not take this 10 million thing and price it at 100 million. I've gotten those kind of concerns, and now this is purely from experience. This thing I just said now was purely from experience. Okay, so now what I then do is, after asking the budget, I follow up with a follow-up question. Are you looking to invest long term, or you're looking to buy and build right now, or you're looking to buy something you can move in, say in the next 6 months, 1 year? So you see, I have, tried to bring it home more. So your budget, and when I ask for the budget, I ask for a price range. I say just a price range. Are you looking at, 5 to 15 million, or you're looking at 20 to 100 million? I just give them random price ranges in case they are delaying in talking about their budget. Some will just tell you outrightly, oh, I'm looking for a land I can build immediately for 10 million. Like someone reached out to me recently. I was promoting a property in Abuja, in Kiami, Abuja. And then he reached out to me and he says that, oh, Jeff, I like this, what you promoted. However, I need your advice. I'm looking for two types of property. First, I'm looking for a property I can buy and build, say in the next 1 year, I can move in. And secondly, I'm looking for a place that is upcoming. I can invest in, say, 4-5 plots and wait for 2-3 years, and I'll sell it off for interest. Very, very sweet type of client. The guy is sure of what he wants. Okay, so this is my goal in pre-qualifying. I want to understand what you want. All right, that is why I pre-qualify that. That's why I say the second thing to do is what? Pre-qualify your audience, your prospects. Clear? Are we clear on that? Yeah, are we clear? Yeah, there's Michael said I'm picking up. Landiva. Nice to have you here. Said I'm picking up. Vivian says I'm picking up. Beautiful. You're all picking up what I'm dropping. Beautiful. Priscilla says I'm picking up too. Fine. Beautiful. So I'm answering the question, how do I get clients who are serious buyers and not just time wasters? And I said, number one, be clear about your message. Number two, pre-qualify your leads. When they reach out to you, pre-qualify them. And then number three, and these two is in between being clear about your message and pre-qualifying your leads. So in between, when you're creating content that you remember you're not clear about your audience, so you're clear about your messaging. So when you're creating content, video content, of course, around your messaging, there are a few things I need you to do. First, give as many information as possible in your video content. If you're making a promotional content, especially, give as many information as possible in the video so that they don't come back confused, like thinking is this, meanwhile it is not. Make sense? Because a lot of people that you think are, are qualified clients may just misunderstand what you have just said in the video or in the advert that they saw. Okay? And be truthful as much as possible. Many realtors say things like buy and build. Meanwhile, the place is not a buy and build. Don't say things that you don't mean. You're going to attract wrong people. And don't try to cajole people into your inbox. No, tell them what it is, how it is. Give them as much information as possible, right? Information like location. Be clear about the location in your content. If it's near GRA, don't say it is GRA. Say where it is, right? Use case. What is this land used for? What can you use this place for? Okay? Be clear about it. Oh, this is a buy and build environment. You can see people live in the environment. Beautiful. That's a buy and build. Or this is an investment project. Beautiful. You're clear. Okay, so when it comes to your inbox, you know that in the video, he has gotten as much relevant information as possible so that by the time he hits your inbox as a prospect, he's armed with necessary information enough for him to make a buying decision. He just needs to be clear about a few more things. And that's why he's in your inbox. Is this clear? Type clear in the comment section if it's clear. Right? And other things like land sizes, landmarks, payment plan, etc. Just be clear, be as clear as possible in your content, in the content you're putting out there. Okay, so that's number three. I hope these three answers helped you a bit. If you're coming for the boot camp, you have more questions, please, we can meet in the boot camp. We are running short of time and I'm just in question number 3. Beautiful, clear. Everybody says clear, amazing. Number four question. What is the best platform to market properties in Nigeria? What is the best platform to market properties in Nigeria? I get this question a lot as well. What is the best platform to market properties in Nigeria? Now, I will tell you, I don't think I know the best platform, but I'll tell you what I do. Maybe that could help you. And also in the comment section, please type what you use, right? For me, I'll give you a list of what I do in right now. So the first is, I use WhatsApp in closing and following up. I use WhatsApp as at today. It could change tomorrow, right? But as at today, this is June 2025, I use WhatsApp to close and follow up, right? In following up, I use my status a lot. As much as I try to, send messages here and there, I'm not a very big fan. I know it works for a couple of people, but personally, I'm not a very big fan. What I do more of is WhatsApp status. The only reason I update my status, as a matter of fact, is to follow up on my prospects. Full stop. Even if I create a WhatsApp, even if I create a video where I'm eating food and I upload it on my WhatsApp status, my only reason is to be in the faces of my prospects. Pepini. Okay, so I use that in following up and in closing. Okay, because most times when I'll move on. The next platform you can use is YouTube or Instagram, especially for visibility. Now, I began to add Instagram recently because, we opened an office in Abuja sometime last year. Towards end of last year, we, opened our office in Abuja. And I realized that you cannot categorically say this works and that does not work till you have experienced the market in different places. Okay. So personally, I use YouTube for visibility. And of course, you can go and check out my YouTube channel, Jeff Anozie. That's just my YouTube channel, just Jeff Anozie. Check it out on YouTube and you see what I'm talking about. I use it for visibility. All right. Some other people use Instagram for visibility, and I have seen people like my friend Messi Okeke. She told me one day, that's Madam Langley. She told me one day that she uses her YouTube more, Instagram, like leads. Her leads come more from her Instagram. Some others will tell you that is from Facebook. Everybody has their own, right? Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, you know, Google, whatever it is. But you must have a platform for visibility. Your number one platform for visibility. Mine is YouTube. Okay. And the reason I use YouTube is because it helps me build long-term trust. All right. It helps me build long-term trust. What I find out is that by the time someone goes through my YouTube channel, of course, I've heard that a couple of times. A couple of clients will tell me something like, Jeff, I'm in your inbox now. I just went through your YouTube channel. In fact, I've watched eight of your videos today. And he's going straight to the point. He's no more asking, are you genuine? Are you real? Do you understand? Like, by the time you watch, like, as at the time of recording this, I think I have over 300 videos. I think something like that. I have over 300 videos. So by the time you watched 20 of my videos already, you feel like you already know me. And the beauty of YouTube is that it's evergreen. The videos are evergreen. So you can literally search a keyword and watch a video from 5 to 8 years ago. I mean, there's no other platform that helps you do that. So don't worry stressing your head. If there's any, maybe I don't know, you can leave it in the comments. I'd like to know. But so far, I think there is none. Okay. So YouTube helps me build trust long term. It helps me build. Remember, my goal as a new realtor, like I said in the beginning, is to build trust, be the preferred option, not necessarily in the beginning to sell. Of course, sales will come, sale is part of it, but my focus in the beginning is what? Build trust and be the preferred option. Okay. So yeah, and YouTube also helps you attract diaspora buyers, right? I don't know any other platform that helps you do that more than YouTube, especially for real estate. Okay. Then another platform I use, basically, I've not really explored it that much, but I use it from time to time, is TikTok. Two reasons. First, attention, right? It can help you build attention fast. If you try to dedicate some time to understand how that platform works, you can attract attention easily, faster than any other platform at the moment. I mean, this could change tomorrow, but as at the time of this video, yes, TikTok. And I got curious or inquisitive about TikTok some years ago. I think 2 years ago, when let me not call names, when all these other platforms began to try to buy it out, or began to poach it, or began to try to actually knock it out of the market. And I'm still wondering why are you people fighting these guys? There's something about these guys that people are fighting. Makes sense. And then I began to use it. I don't use it that much, but yes, it's very good for attention. Okay. Now, all these platforms, that's either Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, normally my call to action is WhatsApp. So either call me on WhatsApp or send me a message on WhatsApp, because I think WhatsApp is easier for me to close, to follow up and close, because one of my goals is to make you save my number. When you reach out to me as a lead, my goal is not necessarily to close you at the moment. It's not necessarily to collect your money right now. My goal is to make you stick to me long enough to know that you need me. Yes, because you need me actually. Right. So that's part of my goal. So I try to ensure you try to save my number, because I'm gonna play a movie for you on my status. Sit back, relax, and watch the movie. Because from time to time I'm gonna upload my status as much as possible and get you to see beautiful things on there. Are we following? Are we enjoying this? Should we end it here? We have 5 more questions to go. This is almost 9. We are almost 1 hour. Are we enjoying the class? Am I boring? Let me know in the comment section. Put the fire emoji in the comment section if you're enjoying the class. As we touch on question number 5, probably we'll stop on in 5 and maybe do another section next time. Question number 5: how do I convince someone to buy a property when they are afraid or not sure? How do I convince someone to buy a property when they are afraid and not sure? Okay. Let me add to this. How do I convince someone to buy when he says he will get back to me? People ask me that question a lot, and here's my answer. Recently too, someone came to my inbox, and I think she was very skeptical about buying real estate in Abuja. She used to live in Abuja, went abroad. Her first attempt to buy property in Abuja, she was burnt. They burnt her fingers, like metaphorically, of course, right? They burnt her fingers, and after then she shrunk. And suddenly she sees my videos. This very intentional realtor, favorite realtor. She begins to see my videos, and suddenly my videos begin to pique her interest again. And then she reaches out to me and goes, Jeff, I am not sure I can trust anybody to buy a property. Then why are you're telling me you're not sure? Why are you reaching out to me? Right? So I noticed that, of course, she's beginning to loosen up a bit. And here's my answer to this question: how do I convince someone to buy a property when they are afraid or not sure? I would say educate, do not pressure. And let me add here, you do not convince. No, you don't convince. All your duty is to understand their fears and try to educate them around it. Simple. So I try to tell them things like, okay, I understand your fears, and of course, don't like take your time. You don't have to. There's no pressure, and there's no, even though, like, I think one of our properties recently changed price today, and yesterday morning she called me. I was in an event, and she called me and she goes, oh, she wants to buy this property. I even went ahead to create an offer letter for her, right? But she comes back and says something like, she's not sure again, and she's not sure. She wants to. I just saw that fear, all right, was still there. So I told her, no pressure. I mean, even if you don't buy this one at this price, more will come. Like, they will come anytime. I mean, you don't, the properties are not finishing anytime soon. Yes, I know that. I also teach that, oh, they're not making more land. They're not making more land, etc., etc. Well, no pressure, take your time. So that's my approach to this. I don't try to convince people that are afraid or not sure. All I do is educate, and that's why I encourage you to create more of educational content especially when you're beginning out in the industry. Create more of educational content. Break down, things like how to avoid risks in real estate. What do you do to avoid risks? How do you ensure that you are buying into a proper land? Or how do you do your due diligence before purchasing in Nigeria? Things like that. That is all you actually sincerely need to do, right? Then on the other hand, also show proof, show workings, right? He that has, more is given. Okay, so what do I mean by show working? Personally, as much as that is not wrong, I'm not a fan of showing receipt of payments. That's something too. If that goes well with you, that's okay. You can do that from time to time. Done. One plot smashed. One plot sold. 1 hectare gone. Things like that. Those showing of workings kind of begin to build up some believability in them. Okay. Allocation videos, beautiful stuff. You're taking a client for allocation. You're showing his property, or like what I used to do before. I mean, I will resume it again. When I'm giving clients their documents, I make someone make me a video, especially, notice this, when the client is okay with it. So if the client is not okay with it, now before I reach the client as I'm holding the documents, I just say, oh, my client's documents are ready. I'm excited to go deliver his documents. One more landlord done. I'm excited. You are next. Something like that. Remember, they are watching your status. Remember, on that platform where they found you, they are still going there to watch. They are just checking if you're still the real deal. They are looking at two things. Are you going to disappear next week or next 6 months? Or are you really, really in this business, or you're one audio realtor, right? Another thing you ought to do from time to time is go for inspections and show that you went for inspections. Show that you're taking other people for inspections. So your excuse now may now be, but Jeff, I've not sold. But you can go for inspection now. Oh, Jeff, client has not reached out to me yet. Carry your friend and tell your friend that, come, let me go and show you a property that I'm selling. Pay his transport or put fuel in your car if you have a car. Drive the friend to the site. Tell your other friend to make videos of you people from the back. Are you lying? Are you not? Are you not showing? Are you not on an inspection? Right? These things are things that show working. All right, you show that you're in the business, you're showing proof, you're showing, it's kind of like testimonials without saying it. All right, these are things that you can do instead of trying to convince or pressure anybody to buy, especially when they're not, they're afraid or they're not sure of what they want. I mean, the best you can do is to bring how do they used to say it? Bring the horse to the river. You can't force the horse to drink water. So the best you can do is to bring the gospel of what you're selling to the doorstep of the client. And you owe the client, your obligation is to be visible. That is your obligation. As a matter of fact, one of the things I'll be sharing in the Realtors Bootcamp is how that it is unrighteous not to sell. I'm going to shake a lot of tables on that day. It is unrighteousness not to sell, because what you're actually doing is you are allowing someone to go astray. Yes, now, right? So yeah, I hope I answered that question. I hope I did. Right? I hope I did. I hope I did. Let me see in the comments if you think I did. Okay. I think with this we can end today and possibly take a part two. Maybe within the week I'll look at, or maybe weekend or something, we can take the part two. There are other questions. What makes a property easier to sell in Nigeria? How can I grow my brand as a new realtor in Nigeria? What content should I post to attract real estate clients? What are the biggest mistakes new realtors make in Nigeria? How do I close more deals, etc., etc.? I'm going to answer those in the next episode of this. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching so far. Did you learn anything? Let me know in the comment section if you learned anything. Let me know what stood out for you in the comment section. If you were taking notes, which of these questions or answers stood out for you? The first was, how do I start real estate marketing business in Nigeria without capital? I made some points. Smartphone, partner with credible people, promote on social media. Most importantly, focus on building trust. Right? And I said we'll discuss more on that in the Realtors Bootcamp. Next was, which is better, offline or online marketing? I tried to answer that as well, and I gave you the difference between the two and how the blend of the two works very well. How do I get clients who are serious buyers and not time wasters? And I said a few things. The first is, be clear about your messaging, pre-qualify your leads, and of course create educational content with enough information, educational or promotional, whichever you're creating, but with enough information from the get-go, so that by the time the client reaches out to you, he's armed with enough information. You just need a few things to clarify, and boom, the sale is closed. And then number 4, what is the best platform to market properties? I talked about mine, and I asked you to put yours in the comment section. I would like to see it. What are your 2 top property platforms you use in marketing? I would like to see, if you're already in the business of real estate, 2 top, maybe WhatsApp slash Instagram slash Facebook, or WhatsApp slash Pinterest slash whatever it is. Let me see yours in the comment section as well. And then number 5, which was the last question we answered today: how do I convince someone to buy property even when they are afraid or not sure? Okay, so these are the questions that we've been able to answer today. And I said, simple: educate, do not pressure. Simple. Just educate, focus on educating, not on pressuring. And then, of course, I said a few things you can do as well: show proof, show workings, break down your show BTSs. You're going for inspections, you're doing allocation, you're delivering your documents. It's called FOMO, form of marketing, fear of missing out. That's what it's called, right? And we'll discuss more on these things in the bootcamp. If you're yet to register for the bootcamp, here is the information. Simply go to realtors.school/bootcamp to register, or just call the number there. You can make a screenshot of this, reach out to the number to see if we still have slots that you can pick. If you're looking for an amazing community of realtors you want to join, call the number or send a WhatsApp message to that number: 0098202122. Reach out to the number and we will plug you into the best, hands down community of realtors on the planet. Thank you so much for watching so far. I hope I was able to deliver value. I hope I end your 1 hour. It's around 56 minutes right now. Do you have any questions aside from these ones I just answered? Any questions so far? Any more questions? Any concerns? We're going to continue these ones in our next episode. Thank you so much for sticking around up until this point. I am Jeff Anozie, your favorite real estate consultant, trainer, lead marketer, Browdy Global Limited. I'm excited to be sharing with you today. I'm excited to share with you as well on the 20th of June at the Realtors Bootcamp, and the 21st of June for the executives. We're going to be taking it a step higher. We're going to be sharing with you how to build a business around real estate marketing. Till then, till I come your way again, enjoy a fantastic day, enjoy a fantastic week. And remember that consistency is the cheat code of success. Consistency is the cheat code for success. So go this week with this mind. Enjoy a fantastic day, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.